have one question.
Okay.
Have you ever just felt randomly compelled while you're enjoying a peaceful moment, cooking by yourself, this meditative experience, to call a customer that doesn't even owe you money anymore, that you don't have a business relationship with anymore? Tell me, have you ever been compelled to do that?
I have not.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you grace there, Rob. Rob, okay.
Give him grace. He
I
doesn't
got
deserve
you.
it, but that's so nice of you.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
What's up, lifers, and welcome to The Daily Standup, where we're giving you fresh new customer success ideas every single day. I got my man JP here. JP, do you want to say hi?
What's the capital of Ethiopia?
Djibouti. No.
Hey, I didn't say
Djibouti's
it.
the capital of Djibouti. Actually, what is the capital of Ethiopia? I used to know this.
And we
Let's
have
take it on the intro.
Rob with us. Rob, would you like to say hi?
What's up, people? My geography's on
And we
point.
have Jasmine with us. Jasmine, can you say hi, please?
Hello.
Hello. And I am your host. My name is Dylan Young. Jasmine, thank you so much for being here. Can you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Jasmine Reynolds. I am a senior enterprise customer success manager at Pluralsight Flow. I am hopefully all over your medias on LinkedIn, on TikTok. I cover conferences and I call myself a conference correspondent.
You can call yourself whatever you want.
Exactly. That's what I thought too.
Jasmine, you know what we do here? We ask one simple question of every single guest, and that is, what is on your mind when it comes to customer success? So can you tell us what that is for you?
Man, I was all over the place with this one, but I think I'm landing with keeping human first in customer success. Because of all of the AI stuff going on, I think it's important to keep that humanized, that the person behind the screen experience at the forefront.
What does that look like for you? Do you have any easy examples where maybe you can incorporate the two, but the human still stays the star of the show?
I think that AI it should be the focus of it being a support element for CSMs, right? For anyone, it should be the support. It should never be in the driver's seat. I think that if we use it as, I don't want to say crutch, but I'm going to say crutch. But the conversation element, when we think about community, when we think about going to on sites, those experiences are what makes the relationship, in my opinion. So I think you use it as a tool and as a tool only, and then keep your people in the front.
And let me ask you really quickly, what's the number one way in which you use it today in your job?
It just makes my life a lot easier, that's for sure. So I'm using it in meetings. So as a meeting recap, I'm like, okay, here's what it is, and give me a follow-up email that no one ends up reading anyway, but we got to do the thing. I'm just saying. Or I use it and say, okay, give me like a recap of what was discussed so that I can put it in my CPA, like things like that, just to cut down on the administrative part for me. But that allows me to be a lot more proactive and less scattered all over the place, catching up.
Yeah, you always feel like you're under the gun to finish all of those administrative tasks. JP, You're my resident AI guy, for better or for worse. It's the first conversation you and I ever had. And I think you come from an interesting place with it. So I want to give you the floor first.
Wow, I really want a ticket to this interesting place.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I think that this is a great topic, Jasmine. And I think the first thing that pops into my mind is the ability to contextualize. And I feel like we had part of this discussion when we had Dr. Cummings on not too long ago, who's definitely very big into AI, but I think would also agree we play a vital role in really being able to contextualize things, and that AI is like such a great tool in the same way that I remember back in the day, Photoshop, man, if I had the plug on the Photoshop, I used to be on the message boards. I used to be getting like, have somebody make me something on Photoshop, like something that looks really cool. And like those skills were really valued. And now we have something like Canva, right? Did that eliminate digital artists? No, there's still plenty of people who are fantastic digital artists, but it certainly gave way to more people being able to use that as a medium. I also can liken it to another back in the day, which was when Fruity Loops came out. And I remember being into production at the time. I didn't have access to this expensive equipment. Like I was actually a music industry major. A lot of people, contemporaries, they had all these like nice setups, but Fruity Loops pirated, but still nonetheless Fruity Loops, I was able to use that, and like I was able to make music with something. So it democratized sort of like this access, but it was still like a tool. Fruity Loops didn't make me a better beat maker, just gave me access. So I think that AI is not going to make you a great CSM, but it will, I think, give us the ability to leverage your skills in the way that you say. A practical example for me is Gong. I will sing Gong's praises. I love the way it integrates. I love the way that it takes notes, because I haven't taken notes in a while. I don't know if I'm telling on myself, but like I rely on those Gong notes. I am not trying to sit down and take some notes. I'm going to shut up because I feel like I violated myself. Go ahead, Rob.
You mean future sponsor Gone? Wink, wink.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
No, this is good. This is great, Jasmine, because I think what you're bringing to the surface is this topic that's been on the back of my mind for a long time, and I know the back of all our minds, which is how can we leverage tools to enhance the more human elements of our jobs. And I'm thinking about certain things. I'm thinking about earlier this week, I jokingly posted that I've done some of my best CSMing while cooking, because I just pick up the phone and I'll call a customer. I still have customers from 4 jobs ago, and I'll just call them. Or I think about handwritten notes. Like when you're asking someone a favor, the odds that someone does you that favor, if with a handwritten note versus non-handwritten, is the difference between 70% likelihood in the experiment they did versus 30% likelihood of a success rate. So there's a degree
These
of
the same
humanity.
stats as the printer example too. I
Yeah.
have to say,
That's a different
is it the same?
different experiment. It's copier, by the way.
Okay.
But no, it's a great point, right? Because the example that came up this week too, designing a loss of a champion playbook. What do you do when you find out that your main stakeholder is leaving their organization, or maybe you find out they just left? Maybe last week was their last day or something like that, and you need to find a new champion. That's not something that AI is going to be able to figure out or pick up on or be sensitive to yet. Maybe at some point in the future, or maybe even your customer's just having a bad day and you need to tailor your approach and your response based on the fact that they're just having a shitty day and you need to help them out, right? Or you need to time your approach differently. AI is not very good yet at timing approaches based on the human experience your customer's having. So there's a lot here to work with, but I like what you bring out, Jasmine.
I want to give you an opportunity to close us out, Jasmine, with any thoughts you have from JP or Rob. But before you do, I have one question.
Okay.
Have you ever just felt randomly compelled while you're enjoying a peaceful moment cooking by yourself, this meditative experience, to call a customer that doesn't even owe you money anymore, that you don't have a business relationship with anymore? Tell me, have you ever been compelled to do that?
I have not. However, I think I get where he's going with it. I'm going to give you grace there, Rob. Rob, it's okay.
Give him grace. He doesn't deserve it, but that's so nice of you.
I think the element behind it is something similar to if I'm having a conversation with a customer and they're not feeling too well today, the human element for me is to send them soup. Send them a gift card for soup. And you can do that through thanks.com. It's the thing, right? I keep saying this because I think it's really important. It's about getting to the person behind the screen. You don't know what they have going on. And I think we have to keep that in mind. And the thing that I will also say is I think because of all the talks of AI and its capability, we know its functionality, it's going to continue to grow and evolve, and it's going to be amazing. I think there is a little bit of fear in what that means for our jobs as CSMs. And I don't think that we are at risk. I really don't. I think that there will be an attempt to replace us, but I don't think it'll actually work, in my opinion.
Oof.
Yeah, we've equated this previously to accountants and QuickBooks and calculators. And I think the laziest of the lazy will get replaced, sure. The ones with the lowest skill sets, sure.
Yep.
But I love killing Rob over stuff like this. But I think you both have a great point of creating real connections is just a thing that AI can't do. So I love it. Thank you so much for this topic, Jasmine. We are out of time, but come back in the future. Tell us some more about this and some more creative ideas. Soup from thanks.com. Everybody write it down. I'm going to have to remember that one too.
Future sponsor, thanks.com.
Future sponsor. Put us on, thanks.com. Jasmine, thank you so much, but we've got to say goodbye.
Thank you, guys.
You've been listening to The Daily Standup by Lifetime Value. Please note that the views expressed in these conversations are attributed only to those individuals on this recording and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of their respective employers. For all inquiries, please reach out via email to dylan@lifetimevaluemedia.com. Find us on YouTube at Lifetime Value and find us on the socials at Lifetime Value Media. Until next time.